bright. It's bright. Hey, hey, hey. Let's jump right into it. I don't have that much time tonight, so let's jump right into it. All right. We're going to get right into it because some amazing things happens today. And I have a full transcript, and we're going to jump right into it. I hope you guys enjoy the shows. I'm seeing the views. I'm seeing the likes. I do appreciate each and every one of you for coming on here and making sure that you support your girl. We do appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it, okay? We have some amazing updates when it comes to Diddy. Before we get started, do all the things. Make sure you hit the like button, you subscribe, and share with a friend, family, or foe. I asked you to do it, so I do it before the show. All right, let's go. Now, Mr. P. Diddy. P. Diddy. Take that, Mr. Take that. All right. So he has had his third bail hearing today. You know, it's going to be some kind of undecided updates. All right. Just so you know where we're going with this is some undecided updates. So pretty much what we're doing right now is we're just going over everything that happened today, so that we can stay in the know and find out what's going on. Y'all know y'all want to chill, you know you want to hang, go ahead and get your snacks, grab you a burger or a bite of food or whatever it is that you need, and make sure that you join in and tap the screen over there on TikTok. If you're brand new to my channel, welcome. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, okay? So, as we all know, we went through all the documents. We went through the request for bail, the emergency meeting that they had before the bail hearing. We also went through bail opposition. Give me 1 minute here. Let me see. Let me pull that up. Let me pull that up for you so we can get into it. I apologize about that. I was on mute. My bad. Okay. So let's pull up some information that happened today. So ahead of the AUSAs are not playing, honey. They're not playing. Ahead of the bail hearing today, they did file a letter, and I do have that letter here. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it. Give me 1 second to pull that up. The letter is kind of cheeky. It's like a last-ditch effort, right? So they seen in the emergency meeting that the judge was asking, inquisitive questions, trying to figure out what it is that everybody was trying to do to see who was actually telling the truth. And there's been some stories that Diddy's lawyers didn't tell the exact truth about the, legal notes, allegedly. And there has also been some things said from the prosecution that was not totally accurate. So in a last-ditch effort, the prosecution wrote a letter to the judge why the bail should be denied. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to share this window. Let me pull it up first. All right. So let's share that window. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Can y'all see that? I could zoom into it. Can zoom into it. All right, perfect. So we got that up. Now, hold on. Let me see. Okay. So pretty much the prosecution, they wrote a letter saying, respectfully, we submit this letter in advance of the hearing to schedule. Wait a minute. I can't read tonight. I'm tired, y'all. I just got off work. Don't mind me. Just bear with me. All right. The government respectfully submits this letter in advance of the hearing scheduled for November 22nd of 2024. In connection with the defendant's renewed motion for bail and in response to the court's inquiry about the relevance of the bail package ordered with the government's consent to defendant Michael Jeffries in the United States versus Jeffries. Okay, So in the emergency meeting, what they did was Diddy's lawyers, they said, hey, this guy who's been indicted, he has a lot of worse charges than Mr. Diddy. If you don't know about the former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO, he has been indicted in New York as well on charges that are very similar to what Diddy has. So the lawyers and the legal team for Diddy, they said, hey, this guy has way worse charges pending, way worse allegations pending. Why is it that he got bail and my client can't? Which makes sense. I understand. I understand that point. Okay. So if you don't know, Mr. Jeffries paid $10 million and he is not incarcerated. Okay. He's not incarcerated. Unfortunately, I don't have the complete details of that bail package, but he's not incarcerated. So the prosecution states EDMY, for reasons stated below, the circumstances in Jeffries are inopposite and provide no support for the defendant's bail application in the instant matter. So they basically saying there's no reason to take a look at this case and see if we can get it confirmed or changed. There's no reason to look at that because what? It doesn't compare. That's what the prosecution is saying. On October 17th, a grand jury sitting in the Eastern District of New York returned an indictment charging 3 defendants, including Michael Jeffries, with one of the counts of trafficking in violation of such a statute, interstate prostitution in violation of that statute, as alleged. And the prostitution in the prostitution business, Jeffries allegedly paid for dozens of men to travel within the United States and internationally to meet Jeffries and his co-defendants to engage in commercial acts. In addition to that, Jeffries and his co-defendants relied on security companies to surveil and immediate witnesses who threatened to expose their misconduct. So they're saying, hey, they was doing all kind of things going all over the country and interstate and then trying to hide it. So this is what the indictment includes in the charges for Jeffries. Okay. Following his arrest, the government consented to Jeffries' release. I'm not centered. Okay, there we go. The government consented to Jeffries' release on strict bail conditions, including a secure $10 million bond and home detention with electronic monitoring. The defense argues, Diddy's lawyers, its renewed bail motion that Combs is similarly situated to Jeffries and should similarly be released. But beyond superficial similarities, the high-profile positions of the defendants and trafficking charges, the cases are materially different as to the multiple factors the court must consider under the Bail Reform Act. Okay, so here is why I say it's a last-ditch effort to have the judge agree with the prosecution, because those charges that Jeffries have are very comparable to the charges that Diddy has. So I understand where Diddy's legal team is coming from with that. I get it. I totally get it. First, the nature of the circumstances of the offenses are substantially different. While the Jeffries case, which spans from 2008 to 2015, alleges the use of force, fraud, coercion, and engagement in non-consensual acts. There are no allegations that Jeffries committed non-trafficking related violent acts or that he used firearms during the charge period. So in this situation, they said, hey, he didn't have no pow-pows or firearms. Diddy did. We found him in his house. This is really going back and forth here. This is really getting petty. The indictment against Combs alleges both. With respect to the charged offenses, Jeffrey does not include a racketeering. So here is where, before the indictment, they sat down and they said, hey, how can we make this indictment different from this indictment so we can keep one in jail and one not? because one of them is going to get out. Which one do we get? Which one do we get? Right? So I don't know. And that's that on that. So that's what they wrote to the judge. And they said, hey, listen to me. Listen to me. Hey, come here. Come see me. I have information. Hey, how you doing? I have more things to say. Boy, this is getting petty. Oh my God, this is getting real petty. So, and that is that on that. Stop sharing that. Okay. So pretty much they go into the court. They have these conversations and it's getting real petty. I do have some transcript that I'm going to go over with y'all from the actual inside of the courtroom. So transcript that was pretty interesting. And it was pretty interesting, the response of the actual judge. I was quite surprised with a lot of the responses because it felt like the judge was asking the prosecutors to explain themselves. But at one point, he did ask the lawyers for Diddy to explain themselves as well. So I want to go ahead and take a look at this quick news clip just so you can get an understanding of where we're coming from. I'm going to react to it. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull it up here. Oh, no. I need that to move. I need that to move. Okay. That's that. Now, it gets really interesting here. Y'all wait till you see this. Wait till you see this.
Lisa Evers, she joins us outside the courthouse. Lisa, thanks for being with us here. So no resolution today, right, on that bail question?
Yes, Andrew. Yes, there was no resolution. The judge postponed a decision until next week. But I have to tell you, Andrew, the nerves on both sides here inside this packed courthouse this afternoon, there was a lot of tension that was in the air as the prosecutors squared off with Diddy's defense team over this third bail request. Prosecutors were trying to say that he's a dangerous, violent person who does not belong outside on the streets pending the lead up to his trial in May, while his defense team was saying that they are facing an uphill battle trying to guarantee him his constitutional rights to a fair trial while he's locked down. Now, let me show you what it looked like a little bit this afternoon. All of Diddy's 6 adult children and his mother came into the courthouse this afternoon holding hands, as they always do as they're walking in a show of unity to each other. And Diddy's lead attorney, Mark Agnifilo, walked in. His mission, he was really hoping to get the incarcerated music mogul released today from MDC, that's the Metropolitan Detention Center, so he could help him with his own defense. But prosecutors had their own plan to keep him behind bars. They say he's a danger to the community and that he has repeatedly not followed rules while he's been at the Metropolitan.
I got to show y'all how petty this gets. I have to literally show you how petty this is. I have to show you. I have the transcript. I need to show you how petty this is. The back and forth in the courtroom. Insanely petty. Okay? Insanely petty. So everybody comes in. They take their respective seats. Mr. Combs is brought in. He's hugging everybody as he normally does. You know, that's just Diddy. That's just who he is. You know, court is in session. Okay. As we sit here today, I'm not sure when legal was written on each of them. This is Diddy's lawyers. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. Different members of the defense team was telling him to write legal on pads. There is a photo of a pad without legal on it. Now, let me catch you up on this, only because the 19 pages of notes that were taken from Diddy's cell during the raids, right, were supposedly privileged and confidential information of notes that he took while he was meeting with his lawyers, right? And they stated that in the emergency meeting, Diddy's lawyers was saying, hey, they were in this folder, they was on this legal pad, and they had legal written on it, right? So they can't use, prosecution can't use that, the prosecutors can't use that. The judge told the prosecution to burn it. And then later he then said, you need to explain, because all of those notes didn't have legal written on it. So when they first started the court session today, that is exactly what they discussed. They discussed where was the mix-up in translation when it came to what the notes were actually about, and were they actually privileged information, right? Okay, so the judge then says, well, the lawyers already, they're telling everybody, hey, it has legal on it, and I'm not sure whether the pad had legal on it or not. And then they go on to say, well, the judge is like, well, make sure moving forward, there's no more misrepresentations. Because now it's been removed from the court, and he ordered the prosecutors to get rid of all the notes. Which is that win for Diddy that we were saying was happening. So Diddy did ask for a laptop. This is unheard of. This is unprecedented, only because any normal person without the type of access to funds that Diddy has would not get a laptop in prison. Now, I heard that they're using tablets nowadays. Not sure if that's true, but on the different shows that they show us about jail inside and all that stuff, it's saying that they have access to tablets. So Diddy asked for a laptop. So the judge is like, did y'all get the laptop to the man? And today was the day that the laptop did show up, which is, I think it's quite interesting to me that he's even able to get a laptop. That's quite interesting. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying. What do y'all think? Have you ever seen or heard of anyone that has an actual laptop in prison or in jail? What y'all think? So I guess y'all tell me what you think when you think it. All right. So here we go. They ask about the circumstances surrounding parts of the bail conditions. It could mean tablet. It could mean tablet. That's true. It could mean tablet. So basically, in the bail package that the lawyers proposed for Diddy is that he would have 24/7 security. And in that 24/7 security, he would have to pay for those people out of pocket. So we start to go back and forth about that. Now, they're asking about different cases. The AUSA then comes in and says there was no RICO charge in that case, because what's happening is that they're trying to compare Diddy case to other cases so that he could get the same treatment they got in those cases. So we're just battling case law, right? From Diddy's legal team to the AUSAs. So pretty much that's how everything starts. We talk about the notes, we get that out the way, the judge clears that information up, and then we move on. And then we start to talk about case law, and 24/7, they presented him with a case that one of the individuals was able to be home monitored with 24/7 security in his own home with the electronic device right? So the AUSA is like, there's no RICO charges in that case, which we still waiting to hear. Where are the other people? I keep telling y'all, I keep saying this. Where are the other people? A RICO is normally more than one. It's many. I'm just saying. Where are the other people in the RICO? I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just asking the questions. I'm just asking the questions that other people don't ask. Where are the other people? Thank y'all for hitting that like button. Appreciate it. So they go on, and the judge says, but I want you to address the proposed conditions. So the conditions are in the bail package: the $50 million bond, the 24/7 security, the passport surrendering, where is he going to live, things like that. There has to be some level, the AUSA states there has to be some level of trust that the defendant will follow him here. He cannot be trusted. Consider his conduct in custody. Here we go. After the judge's findings. AUSA, his attorneys are enabling his flaunting, some type of word, of the BOP's rules. Consider the labeling of the pad after the fact, even family members. And here's the judge. What's your response if Mr. Combs says, even if they don't trust me, there be 24/7 security? This is the judge talking to the AUSA. If he can't comply in custodial setting, he will not comply if released. What type of security firm? This is the AUSA. They suggested a co-conspirator, one whose phone was taken only the day before. The second suggestion would be a defense investigator in this case. Now, that's all people who work for Diddy. So the AUSA is saying everybody that works for him is going to watch and supervise him when he's released at home. How that work? They said we are not seeking his continued detention based on wealth, because as you know, they was trying to say, Diddy's legal team was saying there is some type of discrepancy or bias in his case because he's wealthy. And the prosecutors are saying, no, we're not considering his wealth, but rather danger and risk of flight and obstruction. So the judge is like, so obstruction is the argument. The judge is trying to figure out why y'all want to keep him in jail. That's what I feel like he's trying to figure out. That's why he's asking so many probing questions to the AUSAs. The AUSA says no, danger to others as well, basically. So not a risk of flight. We still rely on that too. They said everything, okay? Everything is up for debate. I'm cold, y'all, but everything is up for debate. You better not turn no heat on up in here. We ain't ready for no heat yet. I don't know what y'all got going on up north. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. I don't know what y'all got going on up north, but down here at night it get cold, but during the day it be, you know, pretty cool, pretty cool. It's not freezing yet down here. I'm in Georgia, if you don't know. I'm in Georgia. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me go back here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So the judge is like, wait a minute. So it's the risk of flight or it's the obstruction? Which one concerns you the most? And the AUSA was like, all of them, pretty much. All of them. I can't help but to tell you all of them. This is everybody's grasping at straws here. Now, the AUSA is still talking to the judge, and they're saying, I want to reach the jurors. AUSA, he says, I want to reach jurors. I need only one. Now, the judge states he's asking a question. He's not permitted to engage in any conduct to impact the jury pool. AUSA says his intent is obstructive conduct. he's violated the so-called gag order that he asked for. And they pretty much saying he violated the gag order when his son went on Instagram and started to, well, all the kids went on Instagram and said happy birthday and, was posting videos from back in the day. And they calling that obstruction of justice because it's painting a picture and an image of who he is or what they think he could be. And he's trying to change public perception, things like that. Like, you can't say happy birthday to your daddy. I'm just asking a question. Don't come for me. I'm just asking a question. If you in a court case and you may be you've been indicted, you're sitting waiting on trial, and your birthday come up, your kids can't post you on social media. I'm just asking a question. Don't come for the messenger, okay? And then they go to talk about, we started the actual live stream with that today. They go in to talk about, entering their document and their letter about the Abercrombie and Fitch case. We already read that letter. We went through the letter talking about why the AUSA didn't want that case to be considered as a motion to approve, as a motion, as an argument. I'm sorry, I can't even think. As an argument to approve his bail, which I think it is, man, moving back and forth. I'm trying to consider the alleged victims. I'm trying to consider everything that's being alleged in the case. But I also am considering the fact that he is innocent until proven guilty. That's the law. Don't come for me. That's the law, right? That's just the law. So that's pretty much where we are. Let's stop right there. No, I want y'all to hear this part. I think the better comparison of the two, between the two cases, is the two prior denials of bail here. So they basically saying, the prosecutors are saying, well, two other judges denied bail. The Jeffries case was never denied bail. I think that speaks to something else, right? I think that speaks to being a little unfair only because they're both charged with the same thing, except for Diddy has racketeering, the RICO. Yes, the RICO. But there's nobody else charged in the RICO. It's just Diddy. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to say they're doing one thing more than the other for one individual versus another. They're both rich. They're both millionaires. They're both accused of very heinous things, right? Right. All right. It's pretty crazy. If y'all can quickly just hit that like button on the video, I do appreciate it. Thank you for the likes. It is quite a few people in here now. I do appreciate y'all being here, but just hit that like button for your girl. Trust me and believe we're going to make sure that we get everything going on this channel and everything's going to be great. I have a light that's on the way. I am building a current studio right now and everything's going to be popping. You feel me? We getting there. We getting there. We definitely getting there. All right. Let's go back to the update. Give me 1 second. I'm going to bring it up on the screen for you.
Metropolitan Detention Center. And that they're saying basically if he's not following them there, what's going to happen when he's outside? Judge Arun Subramanian heard from both sides and after more than 2 hours deferred his decision until next week. Now, one of the issues of contention that came up as an example of Diddy not following the rules was a video that was posted by his children on his birthday on November 4th featuring his youngest child, little baby Love. And that was a happy birthday wish to him. They said that was an attempt to manipulate any potential jury pool. So the judge said, okay, listen, I want letters from both of you by Monday. I will make a speedy decision about this bail issue. And the bail package, Andrew, that that Diddy's team was proposing initially included house arrest at his mansion on Star Island, I should say, in Miami. But that was immediately taken off the table. Then they said they have a place in Manhattan. The judge said, what about in New York? He needs to stay in New York. And they said they have a 3-bedroom Upper East Side Manhattan apartment for him where he would be under 24-hour guard, along with very strict rules about who he could and could not contact. But a lot of this is all still speculation about what's going to happen, because we were hoping for a decision today, as I'm sure many other people were, but the judge says he's going to have a speedy decision sometime next week. So we'll have to keep you posted on what's happening here. But that's the latest, Andrew. Back to you.
Okay. So I understand. Yes. RICO is an enterprise, 2 or more. But there's only one person being talked about in that RICO indictment. In the indictment, there's only one individual. That's why I'm so confused. Now, we live in a world of social media. I'm just here to tell you a little bit something. Let me tell you something. We live in the world of social media, right? So if we live in the world of social media, everybody is on their phones 50 times a day. Everybody's on their phones scrolling. And those kids, especially that generation, they don't know life without it. We do. We know we can talk on the phone with you and just say happy birthday, But nowadays, friends and family and boyfriends and girlfriends, husbands and wives, they get mad with you if you don't post them on Facebook saying happy birthday. Feds are stuff to keep them by. I think they both got called out. The judge called both teams out, the defense and the prosecution. I believe, it's a lawyer's situation. Lawyers gonna do and say certain things, Lawyers gonna do and say certain things to try to help their clients to the best of their ability, right? All those things are always true. I don't know. But I know one thing. They're reaching at straws about the birthday situation. Now, as it relates to they're going to get to the e-courts in the transcript that I'm reading for y'all. They're going to get to the e-courts. I'm saying it funny because we're on YouTube. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They're going to get to the e-courts, right? And I just wanted to talk about that before we get there, because I am privy to a lot of information inside of that dark community, simply because I was a hairdresser for many, many years. Many, many years. And y'all know, people talk to their hairdressers. When you're in the hair salon, when you're in the barbershop, the conversations happen. Okay? Conversations happen. And like we talked about night before last, Diddy was trying to be smart and just, instead of going out and being seen and photographed with people, he was trying to do his little sneaky stuff undercover with the parties. I can't get mad at somebody because they got an obsession with some type of ex life, right? That's not my business. What you do behind the doors in your bedroom, that's not my business, unless you harming innocent people and it's something else going on besides consensual things, then it's not my business, right? So in that dark world, I don't know if you all seen the movie on Netflix. It's about the website called Ashley Madison. I want each and every one of you to take a look at that movie on Netflix that's called Ashley Madison. I believe, let me double check and make sure it's Ashley Madison because it could be a whole nother name, child. I'm tired. I've been working all day. It could be something else, but I'm going to make sure. Yeah, I think it's, okay, let me look it up. Yeah, it's the Ashley Madison documentary. So all of the individuals, like I know girls in the life for real, like very high level escort. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not run of the mill on the side of the street hanging out type of escorts, right? Well, it's been a long time since I've seen them. But anyways, because I left New York almost 13 years ago. And before I left New York, I worked in the hair and beauty industry for about 20 years. From the time that I was 18 till about 30. So I met a lot of people, y'all. I met a lot of people. And that industry, dancers, escorts, all those people, they pay really, really, really good when it comes to their hair, their makeup, their nails, their clothes. They pay really good and they tip. The stories that they used to tell, you would not believe beyond your wildest dreams. Because all this information is coming out, I've been trying to find 3 young ladies that I know for sure were around in these situations. Outside of the 2 that you see talking right now, there are 3 young ladies that I know, and I have been trying to find them. I've just lost contact with people because I moved from New York to Georgia. I am trying to find them. Trust me, when I find them, we're going to blow the internet in 2. Okay? We're going to blow it in 2. Because those stories, the things that you're seeing coming out in this Diddy case, in the Abercrombie and Fitch former CEO case, that stuff happened for real. Like in that life, it does happen for real. Now, everything that they're saying about Diddy and the Jeffries guy is alleged, right? Innocent until proven guilty. I hear you. But that stuff be happening in real life, like dark rooms. And people out here be into really weird stuff. So when they talked about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil, I was not surprised. Not surprised at all. And they talk about these fetishes that people have. Not surprised at all. Not one bit. Do you understand? Not surprised in any type of way. Things be happening. Payola is running around and they pay big money. So things like this do happen. To the extent of what they're saying that he did it happen in this case is what we're trying to figure out. Was he just a pay as you play freaky guy? Or did it go too far? So we know all the people that have alleged that things have happened to them, and I give power to each and every one of them. If you need to stand up and fight for your right, that's what you do. Because at the end of the day, nobody knows but them what actually happened. Okay? We on YouTube, we on TikTok, we all over wherever, we don't know what happened. We just trying to piece it together. Do I feel like it's some truth to a lot of the things that are being said? Yes, but that's my personal opinion. Okay? And why do I feel like it's truth to it? Because of the young ladies that I know who have been in the industry. Okay? in the industry of dancing in clubs or being escorts or, just having that one sugar daddy. I know these people. I just got to find them. Because I know if this was really going on the way it was going on from New York to Georgia to Miami to LA, they've been around it some type of way or they heard about it. Because everything is very quiet. It's very discreet. It's very, I can't tell you. Okay. And it's a lot of people involved. I remember one of the young ladies told a story about how she was dating a senator, allegedly. I'm not going to say which one, because when I find her, I'm going to let her tell her story. But I'm just saying, very prominent people are in these stories now. So the way that some of the young ladies are telling their stories now, like, oh yeah, they in the business. They know exactly what they're talking about. That's true. Do I think a little bit is exaggerated? Yeah. Why? Because he's rich. I do. But I know some of their story is true too. I'm just saying. Now let me go on back to doing what I was doing, because I had to break that down and let you know. Sis, I know the back of the business. I know the insides. I know some of them girls is telling the truth. Some of them guys telling the truth too, allegedly. Because it happens. I'm just saying, y'all husbands too. That's why I don't trust none of them. I don't trust no man. If you show tendencies of being a certain type of way, live your life. Do what you do, but live it out loud. And don't be in no secret with me. You heard? All right. Moving on. Now, y'all know that Diddy's lawyers did say that. They said that the prosecutors edited the video of Cassie. Diddy's lawyers have alleged, thank you so much for the likes on TikTok. Diddy's lawyers have alleged that the prosecutors edited the video that they provided for the judge to view. And he's also stating that in that video, he did not throw the vase at her. He took the flowers out and threw the flowers. And he was just attempting to get back his clothes and his cell phone because she was going to leave him in the room bare with nothing on. I believe she had his clothes in there, but I believe he did something to her too. I believe they both crazy. I definitely do. Because trust me, if I tell you some stories, these dudes from New York, different. I'm from New York, born and raised. These ninjas from New York, different. That's why I got me a man from the South. Because y'all ninjas is different. And I knew somebody, well, quite a few people, that exude the characteristics of Sean Diddy Combs. They very flamboyant. They very cocky. They very confident. They very, I'll slap a down type of people. You understand what I'm saying? They very, so when they showed that video, I said, oh, I knew you was like that. I knew you was like that with women. I knew you was like that with women. And then you're going to tell them people to tell the judge that that video was edited, allegedly. Do I think he's the monster that everybody's saying he is? I don't know. I don't know if I'm fully convinced. I do know that he probably a little off because I know those types, especially the ones that grew up in the city. I know those types. They still around. And they still doing the same things in secret behind closed doors. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have a certain type of knowledge about people, characteristics, and what they would and should and could not do. And the money just made it worse. Because now I can hide from y'all. I'm just saying. I know. Let me tell you something. Your girl knows. Okay? And if you from New York and you watching this live stream right now, you know for sure what I'm talking about. You know those type of men. Okay, moving on. The cell phone footage was grand jury material, and we didn't want the defendant to be able to retaliate against the grand jury witness. We did add blurring of the victim's face in 2016. The defendant bribed the hotel security with $100,000 to make it go away. They're talking about the Cassie video because the lawyers for Diddy said they edited the video. So the AUSA prosecutors, they're like, yeah, we blurred the lady's face out. And he tried to make the video go away in 2016. Okay. The prosecutor said it don't matter whether he threw the contents of the vase or whether he threw the vase. He admitted it and apologized. That video where Diddy is on there, let me show you. Did y'all see that video? The apology video? Has everyone seen the apology video? Have you seen the apology video? Hold on. Because I'm looking at him like, I don't even know who you is anymore, bro. Like, it's something in your life that ain't right. When I saw him in that video, I was like, oh, bro, what you doing? What you got going on? Now, you know us women that we can see things. Yeah, I know we can see things. I'm just saying. That's my personal opinion, and I have a right to it. Okay. Okay. No, they ain't sure. I want the raw video. I don't want that. Let me see. Because they done deleted everything off his Instagram. There's like nothing up there but like 9 pictures or video. Oh, come on. I'm about to show you the video because this is crazy. This is a YouTube video. I want the video. Okay, here we go. Hold on. My TikTok going crazy. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the live stream. Thank y'all for the likes. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up now. Let me see. Okay. Stop sharing that. Oh, no. Don't want to do that. I want to share my screen.
I mean, I hit rock bottom.
Can y'all hear what he's saying? Can y'all hear that? This the video. This the apology video. When the Cassie video from the hotel came out. This the apology video.
I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
Diddy. What you I'm not gonna say it. I want to say something, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna leave it alone. Who is that in that video? Now I know he getting older and everybody aging. Hell, I'm aging. Everybody's aging. I don't look like that young nipple snapper that used to do beauty videos on YouTube no more, but I'm still fine and fly. Okay. But that looked like something else. That looked like he was out there on the patio or out there in the pool, and all of a sudden somebody called him and was like, yo, bro, they got the video everywhere. It's everywhere. And he was like, oh, shit. I got to get on here. I got to get on. Let me get on this camera and post a video to Instagram. Anyways, let's carry on. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. If y'all want to know where I'm reading from, just tap in, let me know. Okay. Here we go. Where was I? So basically, the AUSA is saying that the video happened in the middle of a freak off and Cassie was trying to get away. And the U.S. has evidence a male commercial ex-worker was in the hotel room at that time. So they're saying, while we watching what he's doing to Cassie on that video, there was a male ex-worker in the room waiting for him to come back in the room, or, you know, just in the room with them. And Diddy's lawyer is saying that's not true. Okay. And they're basically saying the Cassie video is one of the reasons why it shows how violent he is and why he can't be released on bail. That's what it's saying. Do I think Diddy about that life? Let me see. I do think he's about that life. When it comes to, when I say about that life, y'all, I simply mean, let me pull that back up. When I say is Diddy about that life, I mean like he know what the streets is hitting for. He know what it mean to go up against another person. Like, I do. Did he start out that way? No. But did it progress and turn out like that? Yes. Because when he ran up on that boy in California, I was like, oh, okay. When he did the thing with Steve Stout, I was like, oh, you not the pretty boy we thought you were. Oh. Young man, sir, what's happening? Okay, all right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. That's not what I wanted. What did I want? I can't figure out which because everybody be thinking Diddy soft. Diddy ain't soft. He not soft. And he might dress up in all them pretty clothes, but he's not soft, sir. Not at all. So I'm just saying. Now here we go. Diddy's lawyer. The judge asked Diddy lawyer, I'm going to have he said, I'm gonna have Shapiro lead us off. I guess the Diddy said, it's time for you to sit down. You done did enough talking. You done did enough talking in the press. You done did enough talking, bro. It's time for you to sit down. Let her talk. Okay? Now remember, Diddy is not new to this trial stuff. He's not new to court business. He understands what's happening and he knows how to maneuver in the system. That's why everybody talking about, oh, Diddy gonna break down in jail. He gonna do this. No, if something happened to Diddy in jail, it's because somebody did something to him. It won't be because he broke down. Not at all. I don't believe that. So Shapiro, she stands up and she starts talking about he was not dragging her back to the freak off. So basically the AUSA is saying he was dragging her back to the freak off in the actual video itself. And the Diddy's legal team is like, no, he was not doing that. That's not what he was doing. And then the judge was like, there was dragging though. Like, don't try to, push it off, but there was dragging. And then she's like, I don't mean to. There was kicking. The judge, they was kicking. He has apologized, Judge. Because the judge going back and forth with the Shapiro, like, don't come in here trying to do that now. There was a lot of dragging. There was a lot of kicking. Okay? He was doing something. I'm just saying, he's doing something. He was doing something. Hold on. Pull this up. Where is that? I got something outside of the courtroom footage too. His mom is losing so much weight. That don't look good, y'all. That don't look good. That don't look good at all. Okay, let me move myself out the way. She looked very small today. This is eating her alive. This is not the transcript that I'm reading, but this is something I wanted to go over too, because they have a very different opinion. A lot of these publications and journalists and news reporters and things like that, they have very different opinions. And I feel like I need to say something about it. That's the whole point of this channel. It's giving my commentary and reaction to the news and breaking news as well. Because I got some stuff coming up now. I got some stuff coming up for you, okay? All right. Am I out the way? Am I out the way? Yeah, there we go. Ooh. I got some haters. I made it. I don't know what they saying in this live, but stop talking crazy in my live. I'm gonna block you, or I'm gonna let you watch the glow up. I don't let y'all watch the glow up once now. I'm getting ready to do it again. Okay. Let me go ahead and bring this up. Now, come on now. All these people don't became in and out this live stream and y'all can't get the likes up. I know we having a good time. We're watching the commentary. Just hit the like button. Hit the like button on YouTube. All right. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and I don't know who that man is in them sketches. These court sketches. Y'all, these court sketches look crazy. I don't know who that man is. Hit the like button for you, girl. Hit the like button. Don't be a hater. It don't cost you nothing. It's totally free. It's not going to do anything to you to hit the like button. I come to all of y'all channels. I know a lot of y'all big bloggers be coming in here on y'all lurk accounts. I know a lot of y'all huge streamers be coming in here on your little Finsta. I know. I can trace it back to your location. I just know. I know. I ain't no hater. Don't be a hater. Hit the like button. All right, here we go. Let me go back. Okay, so after that, Shapiro's talking. The judge asks, what about the 2018 text messages with victim one about the violence? Agnifilio stands up and he says, we have gathered more information about victim one, even yesterday. I don't want to quote it because it's under seal and should be. It was consensual. So there is a freak off tape that is under the U.S. sealed indictment. Well, there's evidence that the AUSAs have, and they've given discovery, and it's under seal. And victim one, I believe, is Cassie. And they have more video of her. And it's under the seal. So I think that was That was a classy move. It was a classic move, because they could have been kind of nasty and disgusting and just been like, here, take that. You know what I'm saying? Just anything to get him out. But I feel like it was a classy move that they didn't want to put it out there. But they did say it was consensual. Whatever was happening in the tape. And they've been saying this over and over and over again about Cassie, that everything is consensual. It's consensual. There's only one other person who has corroborated that fact, and that's Kalina. If y'all haven't seen that interview, go make sure you watch it. She's done one interview on YouTube. And she stated in that interview that when she met Cassie, we all have those moments from 18, when we think we have made it to be an adult, to about 21, 22. You have fun, you go to clubs, you experiment, you live life, you live free. And at that time, she was dealing with a multi-millionaire. So it's not a far stretch. Let's just say that. It's not a stretch. All right. Really? Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Welcome, 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 Tammy. I do appreciate it. I'm just reading through the comments. We got some trolls in here tonight. We got some trolls, but it's okay. I love y'all too. I see you, boo. I love y'all too. And thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate that. This is my house coat. So that's why y'all always see me come on late at night, because what happens is I get off work. I do the things that I need to do around the house. And then I get comfortable, take my shower, just wind down, put on my little house coat. And I put the hat on. Don't necessarily need it, but it's cute together. Okay. Thank you all for joining. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Valor. I'm going to take a look at that, what you're saying. I'm going to take a look at that, what you're saying in the comments. I'm going to make sure I take a look at that. Awesome. Okay. So let's get back to it. Because I don't know who that man is. I keep looking at this picture right here, y'all. I don't know who that man is. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. See how small she look? That's so. Oh, I'm just saying, I don't know. That's not him. And no sketches. This is not him. You understand? Okay, let me get back to it, because I do have to work tomorrow too. I'm just saying, y'all, that's not him. Okay. Okay, we talked about the text messages. Oh, they start going into case law. Shapiro was not playing with this case law. Okay. So they talked about the text messages, and victim one saying that the video that they have about her is consensual. And but did she say it's okay to record her? Did she say that? I'm just asking questions. Don't come for me, y'all. Y'all investigators, y'all stay away from me. Like, I promise you, this ain't the house you want. I promise. Trust me, I promise. I promise. There are declarated veterans in this house who have been to war 4 times. I promise this ain't the house you want. Okay. Anyways. I don't want to judge a quote. Okay. Judge says, now the judge responds after Agnifilio gets up and he says that. He states, I don't want to quote from them, but you know the ones I mean, Agnifilio. We are proposing an independent security firm. There has been mutually regrettable physical conduct going both ways. There was violence by this other person and Mr. Combs allegedly. Shapiro states, in the LaFontaine case from 2000, the defendant told someone to lie by phone from MCC. In the Gotti case from 1996, the head of the Gambino crime family, the witness received a kick in the AZZ. The government does not have that here. So basically what they're saying is all of these other cases that's been going on, none of that stuff is happening here with Diddy. Y'all saying that he reaching out to people, he didn't know they was witnesses, or he didn't know they was talking to the feds, or the individuals didn't talk to him and tell him, hey, the feds is talking to us. But as soon as he found out that y'all was talking to him, he stopped talking to him. This is what the legal team is saying. This is what defense is saying, right? So Shapiro cited the Trump case. Defendants have greater rights to speak than their lawyers, and Instagram post as well. I don't know if I can. The judge says his communications from MDC is what you're referring to, basically. Shapiro says, he says the prosecution is moved by racism. They cite in the Trump case. They cite in every single case you can think of. You heard me? So that's the whole purpose of this hearing today. Oh, no, let me get her out of here. Let me get you out of here. Let me have you go find somewhere to play, because this ain't it. This ain't the place to play. We doing business over here. This is not the place to play your little games. Now go on, make you another little count, and then I know you're going to come back and talk crazy. Let me get you out of here. Yeah, I'm like, what is going on over there? What is she talking about? Just talking. Just writing. Moving on. This is covered by the First Amendment messages. They point to our not instructions to lie. There is a barrage of negative media. He has a right to respond to that. Judge says, why not through counsel? Because Diddy done told him to stay the hell out of the press. This is what I'm saying. They didn't say that, but this is what I'm saying. Diddy done told him to stay out of the cameras. Shapiro, we are happy to do that. So basically she's saying they are happy to go ahead and respond to these messages and things that are covered by the First Amendment via whether it's social media, the press, or whatever, right? But we're lawyers. It's not really what we do. Some of the recordings show that he's telling people just to tell the truth, talk with my lawyer. So in some of those messages about the jail calls, they're saying that he's telling people, yo, just tell the truth. Just tell the people what you know. It is what it is. Talk to my lawyer. They're going to handle it. He's trying to fight the case. Victim 3. The judge states, victim 3, you're saying the communications are fine? And then lawyer Shapiro says, yes. Same on witness 1 and 2. We got a lot going on here. Ain't no names being told, though. Judge states, what about the communication that's missing? Agnifilio states, witness 1 reached out to Mr. Combs' counsel and asked for us a lawyer. I think witness 1 is Kalina. I could be wrong, but I think that's who it is. Okay. I don't know the factual answer. We didn't do anything along those lines because it was an odd request. I don't know the factual answer. And the judge states, how do you know? How did you not know? Correction, how did you not know? And the lawyer, Garrigo, says, there was a message from Mr. Combs to witness one. I'd like to give it to you under seal. AUSA Foster may know it does not give rise to the level of obstruction. I do not have the actual message. So there were some text messages flying back and forth via the jail, and that information is basically telling everybody, hey, telling the person that he was talking to some things, and they don't want to say it out loud in court. So, they want to tell the judge in secrecy so that the media or the press doesn't have it. I think the press and the media is kind of hindering the prosecution, or not the prosecution, but the defense, both. Let's think about it in both situations, because there's so much media attention that there's a lot of stuff they don't want to say before trial. It makes sense because you have to develop your legal strategy, whether you're the defense or the prosecution. You have to develop those, right? And you don't want to put it out there because you don't know where the jury's going to come from at this point, right? So I get it. And they start talking about the Jeffrey case again. While in the Jeffrey's case, one defendant is 80 and the other one is 71. Mr. Combs is 55. I hate to say it. That's not that young. The judge said the U.S. suggests he won't follow the conditions. The U.S. attorney is what the judge is saying. Shapiro, these conditions are more restrictive than in prison. Agnifilio states, where is the home he'd be in? The judge asked Mr. Agnifilio, where's the home he'd be in? They started to talk back and forth. Well, he could go to Star Island. There wouldn't be a boat there. And if that's the issue, the judge said, yeah, that's not going to work. The house in Star Island, yeah, that's not going to work. He's going to have to stay here in New York. Where in New York? Give me somewhere in New York. I'm telling you, when they start asking those type of questions, I've been in court with situations that had a serious severity to them. And when they start asking, well, where are they going to live at? What are the conditions? And they get more into it. They're leaning on the side of considering the defense's case. I'm just telling y'all what I know. But it could go the other way. It sure can. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a U.S. attorney. But I have a feeling. What other reason are you asking this for? So, I mean, as the judge, you need to have all the information in front of you when you're sitting down and considering everything, right? Yeah, we know that. So you need to know if you consider his bail motion, where he going to live at, who's the security team, who's going to be around. You got to consider all these things, right? And like I told y'all, my baby father was in heavy trouble when he was very young. Oh, he was in trouble all the time. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. My kid's father stayed in trouble. He stayed in court and jail more than he stayed at home. God bless his soul. May he rest in peace. But he did. And for a long time, I was right there with him. I'm just being honest. For a long time, I was right there with him, trying to be a ride or die and try to help him out and trying to support him and everything that, I didn't. He keep telling me, they lying. I ain't do it. And then some stuff I'll be like, yeah, he did that. Basically, everything that he was getting accused of was things surrounding making money in the streets. That's a lot of the stuff that he was being accused of. One time he went to jail because in New York, the gun laws are different in New York than they are in other places. So one time he got pulled over with a gun in the car, straight to jail. Because I remember at one time in New York, they was giving people 10 years per bullet. I don't know if it's changed since then because I've been gone for a very long time. But in the late 90s, they was putting people away in jail for 7 to 10 to 15 for just having a pistol with ammunition in it. So And that was a really, really, really tough one. He got lucky. He got very lucky. Okay. Okay. Let me go back to what I was doing. Let me go back here. But I'm just saying, when they start asking those questions, y'all, they looking at both sides and they trying to consider it all. But Diddy thought he was coming home today. Okay, so the Lord then Agnifilio goes in to talk about the there is an apartment on the Upper East Side. We have one available, 3 bedrooms. And the judge is like, where are the 24/7 security going to be? Agnifilio states, would you like to speak to him or me? It's Patriot Security. Basically, it's a security team. They merge with Crisis 24. So it's 2 different companies that's going to be, well, those 2 different companies are already merged to be Patriot Security. And he's basically telling them that's who they are. There to be 2 security guards in the apartment and 1 downstairs. So that's a total of 3. No access to phones or internet except for calls with counsel arranged by security personnel. This is more restrictive than in the MDC. Agnifilio. Mr. Combs would avoid all contact with anyone who may be a witness. I think he has a right to do that, but I want to make it easy for the court as possible. We are going to investigate thoroughly before the May 5th trial. He has the right to assist, which makes sense because if Olivia Pope in Antarctica, Lord have mercy, Jesus, if you don't go on here, okay. I mean, yeah, because when I start to look at all these different cases and all the different bail hearings and all the different things that Diddy's going through, it's triggering. So it takes me back in my mind to when we would have to leave a house and go see the lawyer, sit down and talk to the lawyer about what the problem was, the solution, and what the DA was saying. Because when you're in the state, you're working with the DA. The DA is the one that's prosecuting, right? So, or the assistant DA. And then, you go back and forth. You had a conversation about what's going on, what's going to happen. Let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we can get a plea, so kind of familiar with those conversations. So he has a right. He has a right to talk to his legal team. That's just, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here to tell you. And the judge says the government is saying Mr. Combs will be paying for these people. It comes down to trust. Combs lawyer states it's a different relationship. These are professionals. They are the only one that's going to be in his life for 8 months. It's a high profile case. They have to be there. Okay. I'm just looking at TikTok real quick. It was a comment over there, y'all. My bad. I'm live on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. I didn't turn on Facebook tonight, but I'm live on all 4 platforms right now. So it's a lot going on. And I'm trying to also make sure that I stay in the moment and the mode. And why do you say that? I'm just asking questions. I'm just creating engagement. That's all I'm doing. I don't have a feeling about it one way or the other when it comes to Diddy. Fuck Diddy. I don't listen. He ain't paying no bills over here. I just want to know why you feel that way. Okay, so let's go on. So basically they're saying, come on, man. They professionals. This is not some rancid crew that you just picked up off the street that's going to be sitting at his house. These are high-power professionals. Agnifilio states he's been in jail 66 days without a laptop. He only got one a few hours ago. What is unique here is he has had to wait 9 weeks to get a laptop in MDC. The judge states the solution for you to come to me, we can call hearings, which get things done. Makes sense. I think the judge is being very fair on both sides here. He's asking probing questions, not of only the defense team. He's also asking probing questions of the prosecution to get a clear understanding of what do you have, and how can we make this work, right? Because, I mean, it got to be a strain on the jail when you have people like that in the jail. I'm just asking questions. I don't know. The lawyer states, I have a whole presentation ready about the tape, but if you got enough, I can save everyone 15 minutes. But if you got enough, I can save everyone 15 minutes. And the judge is like, I've reviewed it. Who is here from pretrial services? Pretrial stands up. Pretrial starts to speak. We maintain conditions are insufficient. Why? Judge, have there been other cases with private guards? Pretrial states, I'm not aware of that. How y'all not aware? Why y'all in court not ready? Pretrial services, why y'all in court not ready? Why y'all in court and y'all not ready? There is another case. Okay. The prosecutor states, consider witness one, a participant in multiple free calls. Defendant continued to contact witness one after counsel was retained. The Instagram post was planned for a week using contact me ASAP and other inmates' codes. So now they get into the back and forth about the phone calls, about how it's against BOP rules, Bureau of Prisons, how it's against their rules and all that different stuff. And people do it anyway, man. People do it anyway. And they do it because they only have so much time on that phone. And they try to make every minute count. I know this for sure. I don't even think he was thinking about them people. He was thinking about getting to them kids and telling them what to do and talking to people that can help them. That's what he was more worried about. I promise you, that's what he was more worried about. So the prosecutors also said they really grabbing at straws. The prosecution looked like they walking on eggshells. They don't know what to say. They stood firm when they came out in their opposition, but now they're looking a little shaky. It's looking a little shaky. The prosecutor said, his family member said, the lawyer said not to do it. And the defendant responds, I don't care. It's my birthday. I think they talking about they heard him on the jail call, or they seen it in a text message from the contact me ASAP. The judge state, Ms. Shapiro, says sharing codes is common and the conduct was covered by the First Amendment. The AUSA says the BOP handbook prohibits it. So basically the jail is saying, no, you can't do it. And Diddy legal team is like, everybody do it. They're not supposed to, but they do it anyway. The defendant has used at least 8 inmates' codes. He's bought them. Judge says, they say contact me ASAP operates through trust fund limited inmate computers. Yeah, that. So basically he's saying that the contact me ASAP app is operated through the prisons. And the prosecution says it's not permitted. And the Jeffries one is detained. So they're referring back to the Jeffries case. So she just went way off topic. He talking about the contact me ASAP, and she just go, it's not permitted. And the Jeffrey case one is detained. So it seemed like she was at the table, she walking away, and she was like, oh, it's not permitted. By the way, in the Jeffries case, one of them is detained. I promise you that's what it looked like. I promise you that's what it looked like. Okay. And the judge was like, a foreign national. So the judge's response to her is like, yeah, one is detained, but he might be detained because of immigration. The prosecution states, this is more similar to the cases where detention was ordered for, like R. Kelly, Keith Raniere, and Larry Ray. R. Kelly had a lot more going on. I got some information on that I'm building right now. R. Kelly just had a lot going on. R. Kelly had way too much going on. He had people walking around with dog chains, allegedly. Well, it's in the case file now. So the judge states, I suggest both parties put in a letter by Monday at noon about what type of communication Mr. Combs may engage in. So basically, they want the prosecution to lay out a letter and say, hey, here's what Mr. Combs can do, and here's who he can talk to. Here's who he cannot talk to. Here's who can be in his circumference. Here's who cannot. And then the lawyers have to come back and say, we agree to said things, and we'll make sure that it's done. In the event that it's not done, the judge has to lay out what will happen. So there's two types of communications Mr. Combs may engage in. Monday at noon, I see people from the second row standing up, and Riccio states, that's another lawyer for Diddy, we had to email for a week to get him a file folder. Yeah, it's like that in jail. Where y'all think he at? The Ritz? It's like that in jail. This guy really needs to give it up. I think they about to let him out. Stephen A. screaming on his show, talking about, I don't know, he not getting out. Nah. The judge just told them to lay out the conditions. Did you hear what I just said from the transcript? The judge told them both, the defense and the prosecution, to lay out what type of communication he can and cannot have. He went into detail about where he would stay, and he must be in New York. There's only one or two reasons why you're saying that. Now, he could go home and get on the golf court and start thinking about everything and all the information and change his mind totally. That could happen. But there's a reason why those questions are being asked in the courtroom. There's a reason why, y'all. I'm just saying. Okay. We almost done. We almost there. Where was I? Now, Riccio is saying to the judge, hey, his adult children are willing to obey. They're willing to do what it is they need to do to get their daddy home. That's basically what they're saying. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm going to make sure I come back and follow everybody back as soon as I'm done, okay? All right. Mr. Combs was writing down what he said. No. I don't mess myself up. I almost don't mess myself up. What'd I say? He's not a lawless person. We spent hours at the MDC. Mr. Combs was writing down what I said. He's not out of control. DOJ is responsible for the MDC. Those calls from me all the time, and I hang up. Okay. And lastly, Riccio says he has access to cell phones in the MDC. Hold on. Let me let y'all hear this. Hold on. Check this out.
open to some of the arguments put forward by the defense. We'll see if it works. Which brings me to this question that we have from YouTube. This is from Dr. Firewater on YouTube. Seems like a contradiction, Firewater, but anyway.
Interesting.
Will Diddy's life be put in jeopardy if he's released on bail? Public outrage or celebrity hit job? Is it safer to keep him incarcerated until cleared?
I think that's highly doubtful. I mean, in the case of Mike Jeffries, he was able to be released on bail. He's under home confinement. He's being monitored. You know, someone like Diddy, who has not just homes, but really estates with security. If he's confined to his home, I would imagine that's probably safer than most prisons within New York.
More people are talking about Diddy than they are Mike Jeffries. And more people, the argument would be, are concerned about being wrapped up in Sean Diddy Combs' allegations or anything like that.
It is true. It is true. I think with high profile defendants in prison, though, there's always a risk that they could be possibly more targeted or sort of more attention, negative or positive, is paid on them while they're in jail versus, you know, if he's sentenced to home confinement, he has a lot of resources and a lot of wealth still at his readily available hands.
Yep. All right. We had a question from Sean D. Cole on YouTube. Nemo, I'll throw this to you. What would be your best possible defense strategy?
Thank God I'm not doing defense work anymore, but I think the best defense strategy would be to argue that the sexual activity happened, but it was consensual. That gets rid of the force, fraud, or coercion.
They're doing that. They are arguing that. They are arguing that. So, yeah, I guess they're doing their best defense. Okay. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to bring up something. Make sure I finish this out for you. This is weird, man. This is weird. Diddy, what did you do? What did you do, bro? It didn't have to go this far. Like, what was you doing? All right. Okay. So basically, Ricio says he fights, he kicks, he makes phone calls. This can be addressed. Thank you. And the judge was like, okay, we're going to get a prompt decision out next week, early next week. Letters Monday, court is adjourned. So everything is over. Everybody walks out and they go and they do their thing. And I'm going to let y'all hear this real quick because I pulled this one up too. Give me 1 second here. I think this is making me fuzzy. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and show you this. Now, a lot of people have been very quiet about Diddy. If you are on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. This phone is dying. I'm so sorry. The link is in my bio. Hop on over to YouTube so we can finish the conversation. So recently, people are starting to talk about the Diddy situation. They're starting to speak out and say what is going on and what's happening. So I just want to take a look at this quick little interview that they talked about Meek Mill and the video resurfacing. I also posted it on TikTok as well. Meek Mill is like, yo, I wish the best for the black man. You know how he talked. But let's go ahead and bring that video up so you guys can see it. All right. Give me one moment here.
Birthday bash Sean Diddy Combs threw for his friend Meek Mill in April of 2014 has surfaced in the midst of the disgraced rapper's sex trafficking arrest. According to Daily Mail, the party was held at a Parisian palace in Las Vegas that Diddy rented for a whopping $25,000 for 24 hours, which, according to the property manager Jason Haidt, was left in a disgusting mess after the wild get-together. He told the publication, quote, there were broken bottles of alcohol, used condoms, blood on the beddings, powder, razor blades by the hundreds, lubricant on the dressers, and marble floors.
All right, so today we got Meek Mill back in the news for really the only thing we ever see Meek Mill in the news for anymore, and that is his affiliation with Diddy. Now, we all know everything that's been going on with Diddy for the last several months, all of the things that he's been accused of and his arrest, right? Most of us us are probably familiar with Meek Mill getting constantly clowned online because of his affiliation with Diddy, right? I'm pretty sure we all have seen the video of Meek Mill in the pool and Diddy telling him, "Ooh, I love you, daddy."
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
I just got to say this about this whole daddy thing, this whole daddy conversation that people talking about. Because Diddy done been in a couple different places on video saying the word daddy. I just want to talk about this real quick. Diddy old, y'all. Y'all young new folks. Daddy old. Look up the slang from the 70s. Look up the slang, the slang. Can't talk. Look at the slang from the 70s, the 80s. When they referring that he's not calling him like a female is calling somebody daddy. It's old school pimp talk. That's what it is. It's very old school pimp talk. I needed to say that because I'm looking at everybody on, social media. They're like, oh, he's gay, he's gay. I don't know what he is. That's none of my business. I'm not questioning that. But it's the slang, y'all. It's the slang. This video is a little suspect, though. It is.
Yeah.
You need to stop what you're doing and check out the Hay Harvest sale.
I'm just saying, it's a little suspect.
Meek really hasn't been able to shake back from people roasting him over his link to Diddy. That and he's.
I just wanted to show y'all that right quick because Meek Mill, he came out and he was like, I don't know why everybody's scared to talk about it. I don't know what's going on. If you ain't have nothing to do with whatever they saying that man did, then you shouldn't be scared to talk about it. He said, I'm going to talk about it and I wish him the best. It is what it is. That's what he said. That's what the man said. But yeah, so we're waiting for Monday, y'all. We're waiting to see what happens on Monday. Those letters are going to go to the judge and we want to see exactly what happened. If you haven't already, make sure that you hit the like button so that you can be notified. Also, make sure you subscribe. I haven't said that. Make sure you subscribe and make sure that you are turning on the notification button so that you can get your notifications every time I come on, because I don't really have a regular schedule right now, simply because I'm trying to make it work out with my work life. I do have a 9-to-5. A lot of YouTubers don't, but I do. I have a 9-to-5. So I'm just trying to make it do what it do and make it work out. All right. So subscribe, hit the bell notification, and also make sure that you hit that like button. And then if you want to support the channel, please feel free to do so. It's totally up to you. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put these things up. Give me 1 second. It's just updated now. There we go. And on my days off, I plan to come on and stream a little longer. But the nights that I have to work, we're going to do 1-2 hours, 1.5, sometimes 3. It just depends. I'm trying to figure out how that schedule is going to work. I have new videos being posted daily. And I also have new information that I want to talk about a couple different cases. Okay. It's not all about Diddy. It's not all about Diddy. Just so you know.